My name is Jeremiah Drummond. I am 20 years old, and mainly what I do now is I'm a professional photographer and videographer. My childhood growing up was pretty average, I would say. I'm a product of a single parent household. My mom is the one that raised me. She made sure that I had everything I needed. Um, Whenever times did come, as though it may seem that it was tough, uh, it was never so apparent to where she didn't try her hardest to get us through it. Not more so that, but past it. My mom also has like a super big heart. So growing up, I grew up with all of my family members as well as people in the community that she took into her house. So I always had this, I always felt like this responsibility to do stuff for other people more than myself, as far as my childhood goes. Also, growing up, I had a very entrepreneur mindset. Um, when I say that, I mean at the age of 7, 8 years old, I used to get rocks in the yard and I used to paint it. I used to paint the rocks and I used to sell the rocks. That was like my first business. And then probably like a year later, I was around Easter time. I used to get the candy out of the baskets and I used to sell those. I used to do like a lot of candy businesses, like the whole time in middle school and high school. I used to sell candy out my book bag, sell sodas, go to school with a book bag full of candy and sell it. I even got to the point where, like with my aunt, I used to make candy bags of like the mini size. And I used to make like 30 bags, and I give it to her once a week, and she used to sell it at her job. And she worked at this plant, so they was always hungry. So yeah, growing up, I always had this sense of responsibility for doing more for people than I would do for myself, and also an entrepreneurship mindset. I think this show, I know this show would definitely help the community, the black community in particular, mainly because growing up, I didn't have these type of conversations with parents, with other people in the black community. I'm just now being able to have those type of conversations with peers and family. But growing up, I think that we as a people, especially children, will be more mentally stable, having questions concerning their way of life. And that's the main thing that I want people to grasp from it, is mainly the children that are growing up in the black community that feel like they don't have anyone to talk to and that they are the only ones that's going through those particular struggles. My vision for the show is more so with what each of the panel members have already stated, which is wanting their voice to be heard. That's the main thing that I want to be portrayed from each of the positive individuals that are a part of the talk show. It's for their voice to be heard, no matter of their background, their ethnicity. Well, they're all black, but their personal upbringing. I don't want that to be a factor of eliminating somebody's opinion. You know, listen to everyone, take it in, and be able to say, hey, at the end of the day, we are all human, and we have our own personal experiences, and that's the way that we'll be able to connect.
Thank you for watching In the Middle.
Make sure you like, share, and comment on our Facebook page.